Small, premium, gas-powered cars aren't exactly the hottest things in the industry right now. But if that kind of vehicle appeals to you, Mazda's got you covered.
The Mazda 3 has the hot hatch look, but until recently, it was all for show. With the introduction of turbocharged power starting with the 2021 model year, Mazda injected this car with desperately needed oomph and smartly bundled it with standard all-wheel drive. Also sold with a naturally aspirated version of the same engine but with front-wheel drive, including an available model-exclusive manual transmission, Mazda has bumped up horsepower and fuel economy of the entry-level hatchbacks for 2023. The Mazda 3 is the last car standing in Mazda's 6 model lineup not named Miata, as it focuses on growing its offerings of SUVs and electrified powertrains. The Mazda 3 is available as a sedan or a hatchback with prices starting in the mid-20s. Climb to the 6th step of the hatchback's 7-rung trim ladder and you'll discover the fun zone, a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Feed it premium gas, and it'll reward you with up to 250 horsepower and, better yet, 320 pound-feet of torque. Do note, however, that using 87 octane drops those numbers to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet. Regardless, those are huge gains when compared with the non-turbo models. To mitigate torque steer, though there's still some, the power goes down to all 4 wheels via a 6-speed automatic. Blessing the Mazda 3 with excitable power levels has finally bestowed this willing chassis with the goods it deserves. This is Mazda of our Mazda speed memories, and then some, because let's face it, its cars have always been driving rich, but power poor. Integrate 4-wheel grip and big boost, and suddenly the Mazda 3 is a very entertaining drive with plenty of 5-door chutzpah and a handling verve that's delectable, one that's also confidently predictable. That being said, I still think Mazda gets a little too cute with its Skyactiv and G-vectoring control programming, which add a layer of artificial feel to the driver's inputs. Their purpose is to add smoothness and a higher level of connectedness with the car, but I've never completely warmed to the sensation. It's slightly less noticeable with the turbo, and best alleviated when in the sport drive mode, which prevents the transmission from prematurely upshifting. No torque vectoring all-wheel drive system here, though it is capable of more rear power distribution than before, nor is there an independent rear suspension. Nevertheless, this car can really get after it on your favorite curvy road, and is truly fun to drive, if not particularly sophisticated in its manners. The seating position is low, but the forward visibility is good. The steering is light and precise, and the turbo's power delivery is more linear than expected. There's even a subtle but gutsy exhaust sound to accompany it. Paddle shifters are included, but do little to elevate the sporty experience. The transmission in general is this car's most notable weakness. A stick shift would certainly be nice, but Mazda offers its 6-speed manual on only one Mazda 3 hatchback trim level, the naturally aspirated front-wheel drive 2.5S Premium. As is, gas mileage is rated at 23 mpg city, 31 highway. Priced at $37,095 for this range-topping 2.5 Turbo Premium Plus in Mazda's spectacular Soul Red crystal metallic paint, there's undoubtedly a tinge of sticker shock here. Leather-trimmed seats, a very quiet cabin, and a lengthy list of up-level features aside, Mazda's ambitious new pricing, combined with an unfavorable environment for traditional cars, has made the Mazda 3 a hard sell, resulting in a precipitous sales decline. But just look at it. Mazda's styling is award-worthy. Its paint process to produce this depth of red is exceptional, and the hatchback's versatility propels the Mazda 3 dimensionally from compact to mid-sized. Much like Mini, there is value here for the person who appreciates a specific set of attributes, the few who have yet to migrate to an SUV. The head-up display, 12-speaker Bose audio system, heated seats, and heated steering wheel are also nice gets, but Mazda has an infotainment problem on its hands. What was once a partial touchscreen is now almost strictly controlled via a rotary dial on the center console. Though the system itself is chock full of wide-ranging features, including the best weather radar I've ever seen in a car, it's cumbersome to use and distracting with which to interact. The wired phone connection for screen projection is found in the center console, which houses 2 USB Type-A ports. Long-legged rear seat passengers will find their knees right up against the seat backs and have to make do with no accoutrements outside of a center armrest. And of course, it's a hatch, so there's considerably more available cargo room than in the sedan. But if Mazda is truly dedicated to pursuing premium, it has some work to do in terms of certain material selections and a lack of rear seat features such as HVAC vents or USB ports. The Mazda 3 Turbo Hatch is the most fun I've had behind the wheel of a Mazda in some time. A model refresh is expected late in 2023, with a complete redesign slated for 2025. For TopSpeed.com, I'm Steve Hammis.